Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for October 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your monthly reading for October. I can't believe we are here already, but here we are. The year is always flying on by so quickly, and this is the month that I have been most concerned about. But let's see how the energy will affect you personally and, of course, the world at large. Now, I do want to wish all those wonderful Scorpios who have a birthday at the end of the month a happy birthday. I hope you have the most magical time indeed, and we are all officially in Libra season, which will influence you to seek new horizons, start new projects, expand your knowledge or reach, and be curious to embark on new travel destinations as well. It's a perfect time to get creative, get deeper clarity on your desires while strengthening relationships with the important people in your lives. Now, this month, it should all be about balance and harmony. However, we do have the last eclipse of the year occurring, and it is a big one, as the Devil card comes out for you there, but we will tap into that one in a moment. Now, it is a solar eclipse that occurs during a new moon, which can trigger some shocking but also positive personal revelations, shifts of perspective, or even a course correction to get back on track and do what is right for you. It can even radically change an important relationship that's close to you, and even help you start a new important relationship, whether it's love-related, business-related, or even friendship. Now, combining Mercury's influence this month can also indicate some surprising news comes your way. Doesn't have to be negative news, but it will surprise you, and in the end, it's all for your highest good. An eclipse plus a new moon actually increases your manifestation potential. So get really clear on what it is that you want and stride boldly forward, for the universe shall work with your energy to achieve it, delivering a prosperous outcome. Look at those cards. You have a lot of how would you like to receive? Thank you so much. We have the Death card over here as well. So you're making some radical changes this month. We got a 3 of Pentacles. I see that you're doing all these changes by yourself. But let's get back to this manifestation energy, because it's going to help you get a prosperous outcome, and of course make all those wishes and manifestations before the 9th of October, because Jupiter, planet of good luck, retrogrades, and it will not turn direct until February 2025, when the energy will then stabilize again. Now, on a global scale, if you think the last couple of years have been a bit weird, hold on to your hats. This could be the start of some very bumpy energy for some time to come, especially in terms of world events. Now, the eclipse, it can also influence sudden new governmental structures, rules, policies, regulations put in place, and you may see a radical dismantling of traditional structures or sudden reshuffles of people in positions of authority or power. Now, this can cause shock, anger, and disappointment. We may even hear of a well-known global leader leaving the earthly plane and really dissect the legacy they leave behind and what we learned from it, if anything at all. Now, Libra season, it also represents strong alliances, peace and love, but this eclipse, it squares Mars, and that is the planet of conflict and arguments. So we could see some new alliances forming globally, as well as a breakdown in global contracts and further conflicts escalating too. Now, I hope I'm really wrong on that one, but you know, the energy at the moment is quite volatile there. Now, the saving grace could be the trine in Jupiter on the 8th, just before it retrogrades. That will really fight hard to find a positive resolution, but its task will be a difficult one. Pluto, planet of life-altering change, also dips back into the sign of Capricorn, and that will happen on the 11th of October. Now, this is what I'm worried about, the threshold of change, as it were, because we could see some changes in the financial markets. The last time we saw Pluto shift into Capricorn in that way was in 2008, where the world witnessed one of the largest financial crises of our generation. Luckily, this period it will be brief, as Pluto will re-enter Aquarius in November. But let's put it this way. This month is the realization that all is not as well as it seems. And this is more on a global scale rather than pockets of people who are already quite enlightened to that fact. Now, Pluto, it reveals cold, hard truth. And partnered with the eclipse energy, lots of exposés will continue this month surrounding hidden agendas and illicit wrongdoings. It's time for the truth to finally out. I did mention this in my yearly forecast that 2024 is where the truth will be revealed. It's an expose year because of Pluto's energy. Now, this will continue way into 2025, but is this merely a distraction? Now, this period can also see some of the most extreme tectonic plate movements as well. And if you know my readings, you'll know that my guides have been constantly drawing me and my attention to the Ring of Fire, which can symbolically represent the solar eclipse period that we're about to enter, or point to the edges of the Pacific Ocean for major activity. Now, I'm also drawn to the Anatolian plate and the African plate in the Mediterranean Sea for major eruptive potential this month too. And again, I'm hoping I'm wrong on that as well. But on a personal level, Pluto can actually help you detox, articulate yourself effectively to have your needs met, and of course build a deeper relationship with your inner self. So it is really positive there on a personal level. The super full moon on the 17th will also ask you to pay more attention to your health and make long-lasting changes to improve your well-being. You will commit 100% to self-improvement this month. And whatever you align yourself with in October, it will amplify into 2025. So make sure you do more of what you love, as October will literally act as a mirror of what to expect in the year ahead too. Now, it's a potent time to release heavy energy, anxiety, and empower yourself for the next part of your journey. Yes, October, it will be a difficult month to navigate, but on a personal level, it yields so many rewards and revelations that will aid you with the next steps on your path. Now, we'll close this month with my favorite time of year, which is Samhain, or Halloween to some. This is a magical time, and it's perfect to light a candle for the ancestors, to offer up a moment of gratitude for their struggle, open the pathway for us to thrive. And the veil shall be the thinnest during this period, so expect messages from loved ones in spirit in the form of either feathers, coins, or scent. This will let you know that they are protecting you, they're sending love, and are guiding you towards greater things, as you deserve the best in life. And just as I was speaking about that, I heard the word centime. Now, centime, if my memory serves me well, it's, I thought it was a French coin, okay? Maybe it's a penny, the equivalent. I'm being given 1 over 100, 1 over 100. I mean, I was never really good at maths, but 1 over 100, so I'm guessing they're trying to indicate that it is a penny equivalent or a cent, but centime, I guess, it's the same in terms of currency. Some of you may actually find a very unusual coin this month, and this indicates a loved one in spirit is with you, guiding you, and letting you know there's nothing to worry about, okay? So look out for unusual coins, centime in particular, maybe. Centime. Maybe this is going to be a word that is also relevant. So random that it just came up there, but do look out for that as a reference, because of course it's connected to money, so it can indicate, take care of the pennies and the dollars will take care of themselves. Maybe it's something like that, but please apply it to your own personal currency there. You've got the 10 of Pentacles right at the end of the month there, so it does sort of indicate there is an increase in your finances. But let's get to your cards and move on from that. We've got the Sun card. So this is you trying to be a little bit more positive in life. I feel you've been going through a major awakening and you really see things as they truly are. The Sun card is like reveal energy. It's an energy here of you tapping into revealing a little bit more about yourself. Perhaps you're trying to be a little bit more open because, Scorpios tend to be very secretive or private. People think that they're harboring lots of secrets. I'm a Scorpio too. And actually, we're not harboring lots of secrets. If someone tells us a secret and says, don't tell anyone, of course, we'll keep that forever. You can really trust a Scorpio to do that. But ultimately, it's about being very private and very discerning about your energy. And when you are not willing to engage in someone's negative energy and you withdraw, some people see that as secretive, mysterious, and they feel like you're like keeping something that is untoward to yourself, when actually that's not it. You're just protecting your energy. So I feel like this month you're trying to allow yourself to be seen a little bit more. Some of you may be a little bit more sociable, but also I feel there is an energy of spiritual awareness and soul searching, because of course your 12th house is influencing you at the beginning of this month, and this is the deepest part of your chart. So you may feel a little bit more sensitive than usual, and you're going to be committing to your higher self on a spiritual path, and of course developing a deeper sense of awareness to receive important messages for personal growth and development. Now, although you may actually go out and sort of connect to invitations or be a little bit more sociable, especially at the end of the month there for you. You may also feel like withdrawing into your own world to focus on projects, whatever it is you're working towards. It doesn't have to be a career, but it could be something that you are putting your mind and your energy to right now, and you're just like getting lost in it. So it actually feels quite exciting there. Now, also, some of you may be thinking about a spiritual retreat or booking one for the future. I feel like some of you may be looking out there to see if there's anything that really calls your attention, and I feel like you will find something. With the Hangman energy, and you've got it twice there, I feel some of you may be holding off until the last minute to book it, just so that you can either wait for payday or wait to save some finances there, or just seeing where you're at with your finances before you book a vacation or a spiritual retreat. There could also be a cultural getaway. It doesn't always have to be spiritual in nature. It can be that you're just learning more, absorbing kind of new information there too. Now, the Sun card, of course, is a card of being positive. It's trying to tap into that sort of positive, joyful kind of energy where if you believe that everything is going to be awesome and well, then it shall be so. Easier said than done, I know, but I feel like you're trying to approach the month of October with a lot of positivity, a lot of gratitude for everything that you've experienced so far, even though you've been through some harrowing experiences with the Devil card there, I can see, and the Three of Pentacles and the Emperor. You may have come across a lot of people in your life who tried to rob you of your personal power because they see how awesome you truly are. So if you've had people in the past knock your confidence, there may be some nostalgia this month about times where people tried to knock you down or try to get in the way of your success, or people who just saw how powerful you were in a situation. Remember, bullies tend to bully people who are more powerful than them. They want to knock them down to size because they feel fearful that they can become even greater than them. So I feel that's something that you are nostalgic about. Times where people may have done you wrong. This may surface in the month of October, but I feel like you're processing it to let it go completely, and you see what you're capable of. And part of you may wish that they could see too the successes that you have achieved in life. And believe me, I feel these people, occasionally they check in on you and they see how successful you are, and they realize what they did and how your presence is no longer in their life. And I feel like they regret a lot of things. So that's coming through there as well. Now, of course, it says here, joy, success, and vitality arising from the clarity and enlightenment found in dreams. This card represents the positive energy and brilliance of dreams that illuminate the path forward. So I really feel that you are planning for the future right now. You're trying to be positive. You're trying to implement new plans, new structures, and you're seeing things clearly. It's almost like you're in the blueprint in October of where you want to take life to next year even. I feel like you're doing something that is developing at this time. Now, of course, the Sun is also about your energy. So some of you, I feel like you've got on top of your energy levels to some degree. It's almost though that you've been working on empty. So you may have been running on empty completely, and still you're finding the energy from somewhere. So I feel like you may identify something that hasn't been good for you or has been draining your energy. And I feel like finally Well, I don't see you cutting it out forever. Okay, let me put it that way, because I feel with the Devil card there is a temptation for this, but I see that you will start to kind of like diminish it or taper it off in some way. So I see that it will be a slow process, but I feel like you will conquer it, whatever it is, because I feel a lot of you are looking at your temptations this month as well. This doesn't have to just be in terms of food substances, it can be about people as well. You know, some of you are always tempted to be there to do everything for everybody with that Three of Pentacles and that Emperor energy. So I feel like some of you are empowering yourself to really bring back the energy to yourself, not in a selfish way, but in a way where you don't enable other people's behavior to always kind of expect from you. So you may shock a lot of people this month, because I feel like you're stepping into your empowerment there too. Now, of course, the Sun card is a card of clarity, of seeing things clearly, and we've got the Death card there and the Fool. Now, these are two big cards, two major arcana cards. The Death card representing change and transformation. Big month for you when it comes to doing something new or different, bold or daring, because the Fool card is new energy as well. This is about you really wanting to kick back, relax, and have a little bit more fun in life, because I feel like you've been asking, where's the fun at? There's a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. And that Emperor energy, it's like it's taking a bit of a back seat this month. Doesn't mean that you're not going to adhere to your responsibilities. I feel like you're going to be very productive. Get all your tasks out of the way. I feel like you are working really hard to making your life run smoothly. And I feel some of you, you know, there is an energy of you just want to get away, okay? So I do see a lot of you trying to create space for a little bit more fun, a little bit more me time, but also I see a lot of you really looking at your inner child. You know, the Fool card is about the beginning. It is you kind of like looking at how your childhood changed who you are, how it influenced how you operate in life. And I feel there is some big energy here, big breakthrough energy, where you start to really kind of process to let go. So some of you on a deep spiritual level, because that 12th house is influencing you to go deeper. And Scorpio, you know, how deep can you go? You always go to the depths, but you may even surprise yourself this month of what you discover about yourself and your capabilities. Because I see a lot of you with that Three of Pentacles in the resistance position. I feel like you've been battling away on something and you've been doing it all by yourself, okay? Three of Pentacles in the resistance position can indicate that some of you feel like you don't have the support network. Now, it can be that there is some sort of change in a friendship, perhaps. Maybe you're evolving away from certain friendships and it feels a little bit isolating, a little bit lonely, because you're going through a major awakening, and it means you're about to discover new soul tribe members, new people who are on the same wavelength as you. So if you are in a period of change where everything just feels a little bit like outdated, you're outgrowing it, it can feel really discombobulating. And I feel like you've been dealing with that energy for quite some time, but suddenly you're going to have a boost of vitality, more energy, more motivation, and I feel like you're going to be very inspired to move forward on a lot of projects that you've been putting on the back burner. So I feel you're going to start a lot of new things. There's a lot of like endings and beginnings happening here for you this month. Now, of course, how many endings and beginnings can a person have? Well, you can like sort of bring it down to the fact that you may change service providers this month, and a contract with a certain company or subscription, and, you know, start up something with someone else. Could also be that, you know, you are ending a project, for example, and now you're excited to get busy on the next project. For some of you with that Death card there, this is about growth, okay? Of course, this is about transforming, breaking out of old cycles or habits. So it can be that you are releasing a behavior where you enable another person to drain your energy or bring their drama to your door, for example. Could also be that you are kind of disconnecting from self-sabotage if you tend to talk yourself out of something when you're about to reach a pinnacle of success. It's almost like you're in a make or break situation where you want to launch something, but you've been putting it off. Either you feel like you're not enough, or you feel like you don't have all the variables, or you just feel like there is a level of perfectionism here. Remember, perfectionism will actually impede your path. It's now or never is what I see in the month of October for you. So I see you launching new businesses. If you've got new ideas there, if you're an entrepreneur already, can be that you're branching out, diversifying, trying something different. And it's going to be very exciting because I see a lot of this sort of like enthusiasm energy to move towards something new. Now, if you are in a career, for some of you, you could be thinking about how the place you're at values you and whether you are getting a fair exchange. Some of you may be putting the resume out there, finding new opportunities and moving into a new role this month. And I feel, it's really important for you to recognize that it's going to take time to get familiar with the new environment. You're not going to walk into a new role and know the people and the systems and the way that they work and the way that they have certain quirks. You're not going to know all that until you're there and establish yourself at it a little bit longer. So go a little bit easier on yourself. There is a potential here for you to feel a little bit overwhelmed at first when you enter a new environment, but know that you've got this and you will establish yourself firmly in this role. And if some of you are currently out of work and you're looking for a new role, I see a major one coming your way that will literally transform your finances, but also it will transform the way that you work. This almost feels like a missed opportunity coming back around again. So it could be in an industry that you wanted to get into or that you thought about leaving. It could also be an actual opportunity that was promised to you, but it never materialized. Suddenly it's going to materialize, and I feel like you're going to connect to that. Ten of Pentacles, there is more money coming towards you. Now, of course, for those of you who are not in a career, for some of you, if you're retired, for example, I feel like you are making some changes to your budget, for example, making sure that you remain on target if you're dealing with your pensions and things. With the Hangman energy, I feel like you're getting new perspectives regarding finances and investments and how you can increase your finances, whether you're retired or not. I see a lot of you with the Death card there making some long-lasting changes this month and really kind of paying attention to what deserves a place in your life and what really doesn't. So with this Fool card, I feel like you want to kick back and relax. There's a lot of potential this month for you. I feel this is about you being very optimistic, not really knowing what's coming, but trying to see that hopefully it'll be the best outcome because you're approaching it with a lot of gratitude and with a lot of open-heartedness, okay? Because I feel like you're like, okay, you know what? October, show me what you got. So maybe for my beautiful Scorpios, maybe you're like me because I am a Scorpio too. Maybe October is one of your favorite months and this is where you really get inspired. But I feel with the Fool card there, this is a card of launching something or launching yourself into something. It's now or never with that Death card and the Fool card there. So it could be that you're launching yourself into a new lifestyle change or relocating or, taking a new adventure, taking a chance on a new path. Maybe even for some of you, it could be after a long time, you are taking a chance on putting yourself out there to find love. Now, I would say with the Hangman there and the Three of Pentacles, there is some sort of event or an invitation that you will be invited to. There may be a time or a date change with this. It could be postponed or it could be like the change in time happens, but I feel like there's someone at that event that you will meet, and if you are looking for love, I feel like you'll get to know each other first. I mean, it could be love at first sight, but make sure it's not lust at first sight with this person. I feel if you take things slow and steady, this can go into a high-level commitment. Ten of Pentacles indicates long-term commitment there, okay? But also I feel there could be someone at an event or a party who is attracted to you and they are taken. So just watch out for that. That's why I feel there needs to be a space or a breath in between for you to really get to know this person and not, allow your feelings to get ahead of yourself, because I'm just feeling that there's one person, there's a major flirtation with that Devil card coming through, potential for a fling if you want it there. Now, not everybody wants that. It depends on what you're looking for. But I feel with that, there is a potential that they are either connected to someone else or, they just come out of something perhaps and they're not fully healed before they can move on to a relationship. So take it slow on that one is what I would see. Of course, intuitively, go with the flow, do what you feel is right for you. But I do see there's a potential for love there. Now, the Fool card. This is a change that I feel like you've been hesitant to make for quite some time. So whatever this is for you, I feel October is the month where you're just going to go for it, okay? And you're just going to dive right on in. And I feel you've got all the information you need because you tend to be someone who's like an investigator. You have gathered all the information before you either diversify your path or try something new. But I feel it's going to be a very exciting month of exploring, because I feel it's a very explorative month. Does this work? Does that work? What if I add that ingredient? What if I do this? I feel like you're just trying things out this month, and it feels very, very exciting indeed. Now, we do have the Devil card there. It is in the resistance position, so this indicates you've been feeling very stuck in your life in some way, okay? And this message has been coming up for you a lot over the last couple of years. And I feel this month is actually the month where suddenly you have a major epiphany or realization that helps you become unstuck. It just feels like you identify something or somebody that has been keeping you in a position where you just feel like, not trapped, but it just feels like you've been in a cycle that has been bothering you. I mean, your 6th house is influencing you at the end of the month. So a lot of you, it could be that you've been stuck in a routine, stuck in a habit, and you feel it's been repetitive and you're just wanting more excitement, more spontaneity in life. You just want to do something radical and different and new. And that Libra energy really helps you to unlock that, okay? Now, of course, your 6th house, it still will be governing you. So you're still going to be paying close attention to your routines, schedules, focusing on work or projects. It doesn't have to be career related. You're going to be paying bills, of course, looking at savings plans, budgets, repayment plans, basically responsibilities and tasks. That's why you've got the Emperor card right there, because it's still present, even though, you know, you want to have a little bit more fun, kick back and relax. I feel like you still got to do what you got to do, right? You're also going to be making sure that your life is running smoothly. Sometimes the 6th house, it can feel a little bit dull and boring. You're like, oh gosh, nothing's happening. It's a little bit like, But I feel this is really important because you're creating structure in your life so that everything runs smoothly to give space for you to do more things that you are excited about. Now, of course, your focus will be on your health this month. You've got double energy on that. 6th house really makes you focus on health. And of course, this Libra season makes you make long-lasting changes where you commit 100% to your well-being. So this Devil card can indicate that you're looking at toxic influences, whether it's a person, an environment, a situation, a food substance, or a personal habit that you have. I feel this is about you breaking through that, whether it's procrastination, whether it's enabling someone's behavior. The Devil card says enough. The Devil card is not an evil card. It actually helps you identify where you're feeling stuck, because we can go through life, and just have this feeling like there's something missing, and we just go on through life because it feels comfortable. And we actually sometimes build our own prisons. We do something day to day that we have to do, and we're stuck in that cycle of repeat, and we can't get out of it as much as we'd like to. So the Devil comes to say, hey, where are you feeling stuck? Something's going on here where you feel bonded to something, and can you get out of it? And how do you get out of it? So the Devil card, it's like putting a spotlight on an area of your life that you know needs to change. And you've got the Death card there, and that is a Scorpio card. Something in you has changed, and therefore it filters out, and you're making those long-lasting changes in your life as well. Now, for some of you, this could be a contract. If you've got a contract that you want to break out of, it could mean that there's a certain sort of period or cycle where you have to cancel the contract. So if you've started up like a free subscription to something and it's coming to the end of the term, maybe you get 2 weeks free, it could be that you need to cancel that subscription. Otherwise, you're locked in. So just watch out for that. For some of you, if you're in like a work environment and you want to leave a position, it can be that you may have to look at your contract to see if there's certain stipulations, like giving like 1 month's notice or more. Maybe gardening leave is happening there. Some of you, if you've just come to this reading and you've been made redundant or you lost your job, for example, it can be that you're healing from the fact that a place that you were loyal to has like cast you aside to some degree. But remember, one person's loss is another person's gain. And I feel whoever has let you go in the working environment, they've actually done you a personal favor, because there is a new role on the horizon. It's almost like it gave you a little kick up the you-know-what. Because the Ten of Pentacles means maximum finances. So if you're currently looking for a role, I see a new one coming in. You may sign the contract for it or get the sort of go ahead that you got the role, but I feel it doesn't start until a little bit later on. There's like a delay in the date. Okay, maybe you need to delay the date because you have to end a cycle or a contract with another company. So I just get an energy that, wherever you're going to next, they benefit from your presence. And that's the same with an environment. If you are moving house this month, because the Devil card can indicate that there's a lot of chaos around you right now, and the Death card and the Fool card can indicate because you're having a new beginning. So you've got all your life in boxes and you're about to move to somewhere really exciting, but at the same time, it just feels like a whole lot of chaos. So you can't really enjoy it as much until you get everything out of those boxes and really feel like you're settling in. So I really feel there's just a lot of whirlwind of change about you this month, but it's all for the positive. Now, we do have the Three of Pentacles there. Of course, it's in the resistance position, so it can indicate that right now you feel like you're not supported, okay? And I feel with the Devil card there, it's very important to not have, and sometimes we all have this toxic trait, okay? I gotta be honest here. Sometimes, we push it down. Sometimes we don't articulate that we need help. Sometimes we feel like we got it all by ourselves. We're independent, we're self-sufficient, we don't need anybody, but at the same time we feel like, well, it would be nice if someone helped. So if you're keeping those feelings to yourself or harboring these feelings where you want more support, but you're not articulating that to the people around you, this is a month to kind of break out of that and say, look, actually, I really need help because I'm under a lot of pressure. And for some of you, the people in your lives will actually step up, because I feel deep down you do have a very strong support network. I want you to be aware of that. Now, of course, the Three of Pentacles can be a group of people, and we've got the Devil card there. So some of you are looking at a group of people that you feel either shut you out, leave you out in the cold, or, present a very toxic, dramatic kind of energy, and you feel like you want to distance yourself from this energy right now, because the Emperor energy, in the resistance position, it can indicate that someone in a position of authority is abusing their position, or it can indicate someone you had a lot of respect for is acting very immature and they're causing a bit of a problem, okay? Because of this eclipse, there can be some conflicts going on and there may be some arguments, but with the Hangman and the Ten of Pentacles, it feels in time things can be resolved, but there needs to be an honest, open conversation, a discussion where parties take accountability for actions and responsibility there as well. Now, for some of you, I definitely see promotion vibes, especially if you're in a company. If you're an entrepreneur, I feel like there could be a new client on the horizon here too, but I also feel like there's extra work. Okay, so I do feel you're going to be very busy. Please retain your energy for the middle of the month for you in particular, because I feel like there's going to be excess load on your plate. But I do feel like you hit your targets, you're going to be very productive, and you're going to get a lot done. In fact, you're going to get a lot more done than most people around you, okay? You tend to outshine the people around you because you tend to go above and beyond. So I feel there may be one person who feels a little bit, it's almost like they feel like their nose is put out of joint because you do so well, but the other person doesn't, okay? So I would watch jealousy or envy there, because I feel this person's being very immature in their energy. Now, of course, the Three of Pentacles in the resistance position with the Devil card, it can indicate plans, okay? The Three of Pentacles means engineering a plan or a project. I feel some of you may be nervous about launching a new project or starting a new endeavor, or some of you have been putting something on the back burner and waiting and waiting and waiting. And because the Devil card is there, it can highlight a level of perfectionism. Just watch out for that perfectionism. It can impede progress. I see a lot of progress right at the end of October for you there as well. But the Three of Pentacles in the upright position, it means that you are staircasing. You are going to reach a level where there is stability. So don't worry about finances, for example, because I feel like there is more money on its way for you. I feel like you're working really hard to attract more wealth in your life. But it's more about stability for you and your family, because the Ten of Pentacles is an energy of focusing on the family. I see a lot of you, if you do have a toxic family member, distancing yourself from this person. And I feel you can't just withdraw into silence because that person, I feel like they need to be taken to task. I feel there needs to be a conversation here. There's no swords. Okay, so it feels very much like you're kind of ruminating on something, or something has been left unsaid, but I do feel like the truth will out, and I feel like a conversation is coming. 5 of Wands, conflict, okay? But this can also indicate people learning or training how to articulate themselves, honor each other's differences, you know, and there can be a unity. I mean, the Queen of Cups there, it's like there has to be a level of compassion. Both parties do care for each other, but I feel there's a bit of conflict there as well. Now, if you are in a career environment, I see there's a lot of competition for the goal that you want, but I feel that you are the sort of person who you have more knowledge, but also I feel like you may gain extra knowledge to help you be ahead of the competition. So if you're in training for something, I feel like a lot of you will be rewarded with either a certification or a qualification there, and it opens new doors for you. And of course, I feel a lot of you, it's more about protecting your inner world right now, because I feel like you've got a lot going on and you just don't need someone else's extra drama on your plate. Now, if you are in a company, I see there is some sort of boss type figure who is abusing their authority, or they may be singling you out in some way. I feel there's an energy here, and hear me out, okay? If anyone has got toxic energy and is behaving in a very unprofessional way, of course, take it to HR, a governing body. Don't put up with it. That's not necessary. But I feel there's someone here who may be singling you out, and they're just a little extra hard on you this month. I feel like they're testing you because there is a promotion coming up, and I feel like they want to see how you deal with it. Same with if you're an entrepreneur already. It can be that there is a new client who is testing what you're capable of under pressure, and they may be a little bit difficult, but actually I feel like they really love your services. So if they're trying to negotiate you down in terms of finances, value yourself and tell them that, you know, if they want quality, they come to you. And if they don't, then they can get the service elsewhere for less money. So I feel this is you standing your ground on something. But ultimately, you know, the Queen of Cups there is to protect your emotional security. It is also to feel comfortable in your own skin, honor your healing processes. And of course, with the 5 of Wands there, some of you, there's just a big philosophical question energy about you because of your 12th house. And it's like, if you're single, you may be asking yourself like huge, deep questions like, why has love not come my way? Why is it I always meet people who cause trouble, who are immature, who don't value me, who, you know, have toxic behavior or toxic traits? It's because you're so compassionate. You know, the Queen of Cups, there is always a stipulation with the Queen of Cups that indicates, and this is not gender specific, you know, it indicates that you have such a beautiful, pure heart. You tend to go above and beyond for a person, and you offer so much nurturing and healing support that sometimes they come towards you because you are so strong. You represent that lighthouse in the storm for them, and they come towards you for sanctuary, for healing, and then they'll take and take and take unless you've got healthy boundaries. So I feel the message here, because I feel some of you have been learning a very strong lesson about boundaries, and you, it's almost like you erect these healthy boundaries, like pressing a button, they're up in the month of October. No one is going to penetrate that, and I feel like you're honoring your inner world, and this is across the board, not just in terms of love, it's in terms of friendship, family, you know, working environments, it's across the board. And I feel it's because you're trying to work on something that is important to you at this time. You just don't have time for other people's drama. However, you're accepting people as they are, but you are putting them in the place that they deserve in your life, okay? So who gets pole position in your life and who's last? So, and who's not even in the race? I feel that's something you're thinking about right now as well. Now, we've got the Emperor energy. It's in the resistance position at first. A lot of you have been feeling super exhausted, and you may have felt that it's been hard to empower yourself. It's been hard to keep getting back up after some sort of disappointment, because I feel like some of you have had a disappointment. And it could also be like a friend has disappointed you, because I feel friendship energy where there's one person, they're just acting out. Okay, and whoever this person is, I feel like you're giving them space, because I feel like you've reached out and enough is enough. So with the Hangman there twice, you know, I feel when they see your distance, then they're going to come in strong. And of course, this person needs to have that open discussion with you as well. So I feel some of you are evolving away from a person because they've always had some sort of like immature energy. When they feel really frustrated with their own lives, they tend to project. But I feel like you've had enough of this now. It's like an old story, an old record that's really broken, and I feel like you're getting a new catalog of music, and you don't want to really hear what they have to say because you've been there for that person, supported that person, and it just feels like it's strange, unwarranted behavior. I feel the olive branch won't come until later on in November. Okay, so depending on when your birthday is what I'm being given here. So this person may reach out just before your birthday. So if you have had conflict with someone, a friend who used to be in the inner circle is what I'm being given, this person, they're going to wait it out until around about your birthday time. So whether that's end of October or whether that's November, that's when you may hear from this person. But anyway, let's bring this energy back to you, because the Emperor energy is all about you moving towards success. So I see a lot of you moving towards a promotion. So there's a new role available, new status here, but also I feel this is about structure, okay? At the beginning of the month, you just want to kick back, relax, have a lot of fun, but you're implementing structure as you move through the latter part of October, and you're going to be totally on target, moving towards your goals and dreams. And this doesn't have to be about career. This is about you doing what you need to do, okay? So whatever project that is, whether it's decluttering that closet, whether it's fixing that door, that cupboard door that's squeaking that you've been meaning to do, this is about you getting round to anything that you've been putting on hold, okay? So I really feel like you're on top of things. Now, also, the Emperor indicates implementing stricter budgets this month when it comes to your finances, and I feel like you're going to have more money in your pocket at the end of the month too, which is very, very exciting. Now, of course, the Emperor energy is about masculine energy, so it's about taking action on something, and some of you haven't been taking action on something. That's why I keep getting this energy of now or never, now or never. So whether it's a new idea, new endeavor, or cutting out that toxic trait, it's happening, okay? I feel like you're really going to be a powerhouse, but I really want you to pay close attention to this pyramid, because the pyramid is about channeling energy, okay? As you can see, there's a very strong base there. There's, of course, a beautiful picture here, and there's a lot of reflection going on there. So I feel like you're reflecting on where to best utilize your energy, because you're starting with the sun. It's like, okay, you're in a powerful, motivated kind of go-getting spirit, and you're like, right, what is it I want to do first? What do I love doing? What do I have to do? What is critical to do? What can wait till later? So I feel like you're prioritizing this month, and as you can see, this base is channeling all the energy from the earth upwards. So I feel this is about you summoning the strength to make some radical changes in your life. For some of you, it can be that you are going to go to other environments. You may be relocating. Some of you may be summoning the strength to make a radical change, move abroad. Maybe you're moving away from family members. Maybe you're moving closer, because I see an energy of you factoring in your family and your friends, and there being a bit of a distance there. So some of you are thinking about that on an emotional level as well as a practical level. I feel like you're making some major decisions there. But also we got the Hangman twice, okay? Let me just see what that Devil card says, because I'm being drawn back to the Devil card continuously, and I keep being given this energy of fear. So it's like, feel the fear and do it anyway. So let me just see what it says. Illusions and entrapment by one's own fears or obsessions with dreams. This card warns against being chained to the shadows of the subconscious. So this is about fears, and sometimes unwarranted fears. Sometimes our mind can play tricks on us. Of course, there's a lot out there right now where we're all feeling a bit nervous about the trajectory of the world, where it's going. But I feel like these are also inner fears that you're dealing with. And some of you, I feel like you may be a little bit more open, especially towards someone that's very close to you. You may be opening up a little bit more about a fear that you have, and find that actually this person also shares the same fear. And I feel it brings you closer together. Okay, so I feel there is something here where there's a misunderstanding, and it can be found a resolution to, is what I see there. And this could be like as simple as, your boss fearing some changes going on in the working environment, and you may have an open, deep discussion about that and see that actually you feel the same way, and there is like a camaraderie there. It could also be that, you know, if you're an entrepreneur, you speak to other independent workers and you find actually they're having the same fears or problems as you. And both of you or all of you find some sort of solution coming together. It could also be a family member that you're going to have a talk with where there is a family problem or a conflict, or there's a fear there, and it feels very much like a coming together, a bonding over this. But I would say here, just be a little bit mindful as well about what you absorb, what you read, what you digest, shall we say, because this fear and anxiety, it can actually perpetuate a cycle. So if you are someone who just before bed watches something that's super negative, it can have an impact on your dreams in particular, and it changes vibration. You know, if you think about the greatest minds of our time who connected to the law of attraction, for example, like Wayne Dyer, many others, but, you know, they remind you of the power of your mind and the subconscious mind, especially when you are sleeping. You know, just before bed, think of positive things that you want in your life. Visualize the life that you want to aspire to, but like you got it now. And the universe connects to that energy, you know, and your brain sends out all these energetical sort of synapse kind of sparks that connect to the visions that you see in your mind, and it becomes your reality. But if the last thing that you have at night as you go to bed is all the worry about the things that you have, or you know, the things that are going on in the world, for example, then, you know, we will perpetuate a cycle of fear and destruction. So if you raise your vibrations, of course, then you also raise the vibrations of the world. So I feel a lot of you are really looking into the power of your mind and the power of positivity, and that's why you are trying really hard. Easier said than done, because life happens and suddenly you're trying to be really positive and then a negative thing comes your way. And I feel, you know, it's about how you deal with that, because I feel a lot of you are managing stress levels right now and trying to be as positive as possible. Now, the end of the month, we've got the Hangman, and this Hangman's actually on a swing. I'm loving this. So this is about, can you pause and do things that you love? Can you reconnect to your inner child and do things that are really crazy, like dance when no one's watching, you know, sing out loud, or, you know, just do something that you used to love doing when you were in childhood, even if it's a book that you used to love cozying up to. So I feel a lot of you are looking at the inner child and the impact the journey had on your life and who you are. It shaped who you are, but also I feel this is about you kind of like surrendering to the process of life. So I feel a lot of you are trying to do more fun things. I feel there's an energy here about time as well, that you're kind of looking at time and how you felt very suspended, almost like you've been super busy, rushing around, multitasking, doing lots, but still you feel like you're in the same place. But I see that you are going to look back and see how far you've come. You know, you have made a lot of headway, but when we're in the middle of something, it can feel like we're not getting anywhere because you're so caught up in the drama of making it happen, or you're in the day-to-day doing of it. So it says here, letting go and seeing the world from a new perspective. This card suggests a suspension of belief, allowing oneself to be immersed in the dream world to gain new insight. So very cerebral month, very much caught up in your goals and dreams this month, but also realizing what is possible rather than what is impossible. Remember that word? I know it's such a cliche. The word impossible, if you break it down, I'm possible. So I feel this is about you connecting to make life happen on your terms. I would say also a lot of you are reconnecting to something that you used to do when you were younger, but also I see some news that you have been waiting for such a long time, something that maybe you've been worried about. If it's something that is connected, I don't know what I mean by this. What I'm being given is, if it's something that's connected to like a cell number, what I mean by that is a phone number, then I feel like you may have to chase it. So if, for example, you're waiting for news about your health, you may have to call up, okay? If you are someone who is waiting for news on a promotion or raise, you may have to ask your boss, how is it moving along? If you're waiting for your accountant to do your accounts, for example, you may need to call them up and chase them, see where they're at. So I feel there's an energy of having to chase something this month by calling a number. That's what I mean by that. And I feel it's a positive outcome, whatever it is, okay? Because the Hangman, twice is covered by the Ten of Pentacles, which is success. It is also a card of full investment. So this is full investment in you, but also full investment in your finances as well. Now, the Hangman, a lot of you may be saving for a large purchase, so you're kind of like hanging back to wait to make that purchase, but when you do, it will be fulfilling. But the Hangman, it's a card of ending old ways, releasing restrictions, and that's what all your cards tend to be about this month. So this is about surrendering, of course, to the process. Some of you are looking at the sacrifices you have made in your life to live the life that you aspire to, okay? And I feel like you're asking yourself, is it worth it? Now, of course, the Hangman, some of you are going to take a brief pause or a vacation or something at the end of the month. Could be a quick getaway, could also be an invitation to like a Samhain ritual or Halloween party, but I feel there is an energy here of kicking back and relaxing a little bit more, and that the world can be like one another day. And we've got the Ten of Pentacles there. So this is all about money. So you're going to be manifesting more wealth, but it's also about security, making sure that you're secure in your position. So I see a lot of you, the wealth of knowledge that you have, because the Hangman is all about knowledge. He literally puts himself on the tree of life himself. So some of you may have been embarking on new knowledge, whether it's a course of learning, course of study. I feel like you're fully invested and you're really going to thrive at this, and it opens new doors for you. But also, a lot of you are thinking about the legacy that you leave, okay? This is about your life, the journey you've taken, who you are, and what you do, and what it says about you long term, you know, leading with integrity, being a good friend, being loyal to a cause. And I feel like you're just really thinking about that. And maybe this legacy card has come up there because, of course, we're entering into your birthday season. So it can be that you're just thinking about it being a milestone and thinking, you know what, how far you've come. All the good things you've had come your way, all the bad things, all the learning curves you've had, the difficult experiences, the toxic behaviors. I feel like you're looking at everything as a whole, and you're recognizing that actually you have come a long way, and you should be really proud of yourself as well there. Now, some of you may actually be visiting family or have family visiting you. There may be some sort of plot twist with the dates. So there could be a change there, could be a delay or a change in the dates there. And not all of you, but some of you, you may not actually celebrate your birthday on the day. You may actually postpone it for another date, maybe that's a little bit more convenient for you. Could be that, for example, if your birthday falls on a Tuesday and you want to see all your friends and have a big party, for example, it could be that you have the celebration part on the Saturday, you know, so that everybody can gather for the weekend, for example. I see that happening there too. But ultimately, Ten of Pentacles is the full investment in your life. Now, I feel this is about getting the best out of life that you can. And also, I feel some of you may go into real estate, or you might put off buying a property at this time to find out a little bit more information, is what I see there. So there could be a delay when it comes to purchasing real estate, or even selling your property. There may be like a slight delay there. I hate to give that message, but it's there, so I have to honor it. But make sure you get the correct advice, because the Emperor energy is all about advice, someone in a position of authority to give that advice. So I would say, you know, if you're dealing with anything legal, make sure you get the right qualified person to give you that advice, because it'll just stop headaches later on, is what I see there. And also, if some of you are dealing with inheritance, if you have gone through a bereavement, firstly, I want to offer you a huge hug and so much love out there. This is only if you've just come to this reading and this has occurred for you, because the Death card is present in your protagonist energy. So if you are one of those Scorpios who have had a bereavement in some way, so much love. I see you having to deal with a legacy, like an inheritance there. And I would say that it's going to be a long process, okay? I feel like there may even be some surprises in this as well. And also money, it changes people. So I would say just watch out for someone's behavior. They may act a little bit weird. This could be a family member as well. But I feel it'll take time to process, and the right outcome, it will occur. So I feel like looking at the energy, you are set to benefit from this, but I feel like you'd rather have the person, okay, because you got so many fond memories and you really loved and cared about this person. So sending you a lot of love and respect there, and I'm going to disconnect from the energy, but I see it will be a process, okay? So for the rest of you, of course, who have not experienced that, I don't want you to be freaking out. That's not something that's going to occur this month. This is something that's already present in the energy. So it's something that only a percentage of my beautiful Scorpios have been going through at this moment in time. So let's get some final cards before I close your reading. We have the Bear. Okay, so that is a very powerful card. A lot of you are thinking about launching a business, becoming your own boss. It's a power card there. We got the Clouds and we got the Snake. Interesting. Okay. Now, also, I have to be honest here because we got the Devil card and we got the Snake and the Clouds. There could be someone that you are a little bit suspicious about, okay? You may feel like they're doing something a little bit untoward. The truth will out. The Sun card is there. I feel like actually you see the truth before the truth outs. I would wait for the facts first, though, before you jump to conclusions, of course. But I feel it may take some time for that truth to come out, but it will. Okay, you do have the Snake there, which can indicate, someone that you're not trusting at this time. This could be a family member, it could be a friend, so just watch out for that. But I feel it will transform the way you look at this person. However, I feel later on down the line, things may be resolved. It says here, enemy, deceit, challenging, cheating, jealousy, envy. Now, I did mention that earlier, that, there may be someone who is a little bit jealous of your success. Keep working hard on your projects, keep maybe your ideas to yourself at this time. It does say setback here as well, and temptation. So I feel a lot of you are just mainly looking at your temptations this month and how it basically sets you back. Whether you got a temptation to doubt yourself, whether you got a temptation to connect to that person that you know is not good for you, whatever it is, I feel like you really are responding to that and addressing it this month and making sure that you disconnect from it, because the only person it's really hurting is you. So we've also got the Clouds energy, hesitation. As I said here, if there's anything that you've been holding back on, or you feel like there's a bit of perfectionism there, I feel like you're just going for it, launching it, and it's going to happen. It says doubt, hesitation, confusion, unclear, dark thoughts, negativity, and hidden. Anything that's hidden will definitely come to light this month, okay? But also I feel if you have to make a major decision, really tap into your sense of intuition. But also it has to be logical. You have to look at things of how the choice you make will change your life. And, there is a responsibility, a duty. So I feel there's an energy here of you choosing duty as well as having fun, what is right for you. Can you have the best of both worlds, the balance there? And finally, we've got the Bear. So this means you've been enduring a very difficult situation for a long time, but bears, they thrive under pressure and they thrive in difficult circumstances. Now, of course, you don't like to have to do that, but I feel this is a time of honoring your energy, empowering yourself, and, protecting all that you've worked for so far, protecting your family. I see that you're a very protective influence there. It says power, boss, leadership, strength, bully. We mentioned bullies earlier. That did come up there. Stability, forceful, protective, and influence. I feel actually you have a lot of influence in your life right now, and you're going to see long-lasting changes. And I feel like there is something really exciting connected to that 10 of Pentacles, some sort of financial news coming in your way. Could be a bonus, could be an incentive, or some sort of increase in a benefit in some way. But ultimately, it's about mastering your life and achieving the lifestyle that you desire, because you worked really hard for it, okay? And you never gave up. And that's, testament to your tenacity there as well. So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. We've only got one. We've got the Heart. Okay, now the Heart, if you can see it, very intricate, very complex. And you have a very complex, beautiful heart. And you're following it, okay? Honor your heart in all situations, and it will never lead you astray. Because ultimately, if you choose something and your heart really wanted another direction, your heart will always pull you back to the path that you should have taken in the first place. So I feel this is about listening to your inner needs. And I feel for some of you, if you're looking for love, I feel there's been a lot of conflict around love for you, and that you've had some really difficult situations to teach you lessons about boundaries and your personal power. But I feel like you are ready for a soulmate to come in right now, and you've waited a long time for this person, but there is full investment there. Just don't go too fast with someone in particular, because I feel like there's two options here. I feel there's one person who's really flirtatious. They've really got the charm, let's put it that way, and there is a potential that they're connected to somebody already, or they've just left somebody and they're just not fully over that. But there is someone else who really captures your attention too. The one that makes your heart like flutter, of course, that's the person for you. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates. It's a very complex month, but I feel like you're making some long-lasting changes that you're going to be so proud of. If something resonates here, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell. Lets you know when I update my next message, lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Scorpio, and love and light.